Kick-ass facts! Pew, 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 pew! A study published by Science Direct found that people who believe in the occult are more confident in their decisions. They can make choices much faster when compared to people who are skeptical of the paranormal. Non-believers were more cautious about their decisions, but did tend to make more accurate choices. Scientists are traveling to the real-life abyss, the area between 13,000 and 20,000 feet under the surface, to discover new marine life. A recent expedition near Australia located hundreds of new species, as well as a little-known creature like the faceless fish that hasn't been seen since 1873. Other rare specimens the scientists collected include the spiny king crab, the monkey brittle star, the smooth-head blobfish, and the deep-sea lizardfish. The 22nd of May is the least common day to be born. On the other hand, the 16th of September is the most common birthday. In fact, more people in the world are born in September than any other month. I mean, January, you're broke, it's after Christmas, you don't have any money to go out, what are you gonna do? Men typically prefer to touch their faces when they are feeling discomfort. Women will touch their necks, jewelry, hair, or arms. Ventilation action is something that people under stress or duress use to relieve emotional discomfort. A man will put his fingers between his neck and shirt collar to pull the fabric away from their skin if they feel trapped. Women are more subtle and may toss their hair away from their necks to ventilate the area. The planchette on a Ouija board really does move, but it's you and your stupid friends who are moving it. You and your friends are unknowingly pushing on the planchette. This is known as ideomotor effect, which occurs when someone, or in this case, a group of people, make unconscious movements. Me and my friends were using a Ouija board once, and we heard footsteps upstairs when there was nobody else in the house, and then the phone rang, the landline phone, and we picked it up and there was nobody there. Ooh. Under Joseph Stalin's regime, Hamlet was banned. The official reason? Hamlet's indecisiveness and depression were incompatible with the new Soviet spirit of optimism, fortitude, and clarity. Attachment styles are developed during childhood and roughly branch into three categories: secure, anxious, and avoidant. If you grew up in a secure environment, you're more likely to be attracted to and be in a relationship with a stable partner. However, those with anxious or avoidant attachments may gravitate toward turbulent relationships that mimic those they grew up in. We're all fucked. Children living in Siberia get UV light exposure during the long, dark winter months. Brief exposure to UV radiation provides the children with vitamin D, usually supplied by sunlight. The self-discrepancy theory suggests that we have several selves active in our minds at any given time: our actual self, our ideal self, and our ought self. Your actual self is your current state, how you are right now, and you're delightful. Your ideal self is what you want to be, and your ought self is the self that does all the stuff required to become your ideal self. It's the self that does what you ought to be doing. For example, if your ideal self is a professional wrestler, I just watched The Iron Claw, that's why that idea came to mind. It was a fantastic movie. Your actual self likely is not. Your ought self is the one that spends a lot of time training, exercising, putting random strangers into a half Nelson so that you can become your ideal self, which is a professional wrestler, as long as you don't get arrested for putting random people into half Nelsons.